Welcome to some new r/malicious compliance stories, where people comply to the letter, but not the spirit of a request. I hope you had a great day. Thanks for all the likes and comments on the last video. If you would like to support this channel, please hit the like button and consider subscribing if you enjoy the content. And now, let's start with the first story. It's called A Bitter Taste. This happened today in a restaurant in South Africa. My fiancé and I decided to stop and get some dinner before heading to the Christmas lights. We sat down and ordered the food. I asked that they replace the creamy garlic sauce with a lemon butter sauce. All good so far. My fiancé and I started talking about the wedding and all the plans we have. Our food came, and instead of the lemon butter sauce, my food was covered with the creamy garlic sauce. When I asked the waitress what happened, she first said she forgot. Then she said that she thought I asked for it on the side, and then that the kitchen couldn't make lemon butter sauce. The waitress then asked if she can take away my food and go and redo it. I asked again if I can get the lemon butter sauce, and she repeated that the kitchen can't make it, but they will just grab the creamy garlic sauce from my food. I told them to just leave it, and I will eat my food as is. The manager then came to ask what the issue was, and I explained the situation. She asked if they can go and remake the food, as the waitress was mistaken, and if they could give me the sauce I asked for. I protested, but I insisted, and took my half-eaten plate away. Now, here's the malicious compliance, or rather what we suspect happened. A whole new plate came, with lots and lots of lemon butter sauce. I took my first faithful bite, and bam! My muscles contorted, my eyes scrunched close, and my blood turned acidic. That sauce was more lemon than butter. I could have taken a shot of tequila with that sauce. My fiancé started laughing at my face, contorting in pure, unadulterated lemony justice. My steak, my onion rings, my chips, my mussels and prawns were all covered in this. The kitchen probably went, "Oh, so he wants lemon and butter sauce. Fine, we'll give him lemon and butter sauce." I ate my food and had a good laugh with the waitress and manager. And now we are going to walk down the street and look at the Christmas lights. The next story is called Christmas Eve. This happened a few years ago, when our work received a letter about Christmas Eve becoming a government holiday. Hearing about it, HR planned to close the office from that day until the following Monday. However, the boss went ballistic and yelled at us that we can't take a day off on Christmas Eve and resume hours the following week. We gave in and resumed working until Christmas Eve that week and closed for a long weekend. Here's where the malicious compliance comes in. The following year, Christmas Day happens to fall on a Saturday. By rules, if a government holiday falls on a day outside our work hours, we have to close the day before or after. And because our work hours are Monday to Friday, we put notice our office will be closed on Friday, Christmas Eve. The boss saw the notice, enraged and lashed out at HR and all of us. He started complaining and reminding us what did we all agree on last time about closing the office on Christmas Eve. But for me, being petty, I reminded her that Christmas Day is on a Saturday, which is the day we are not working. So unless you pay us on Saturday, since we aren't allowed to be off the previous day, please do so. She went silent and chuckled nervously, saying she was joking, and allowed us to be off on Christmas Eve. I am grateful I'm able to leave this workplace after this incident. The third story is called Do It His Way. I've been working at this fast food place that is known for serving chicken for a bit over a year at the back of the house. I've gotten pretty good at almost every station, but my specialty is at the fry station. I've been told by both supervisors in the front and back that I am the best at the station. The supervisor, let's call him Jake, that was running the shift just recently moved to the back after 3 months of working in the kitchen after working in the front. We started working here around the same time. Since it's almost Christmas, it tends to get busy. Lunch comes around and I was placed on fries, which was no problem for me. Jake comes to me and says not to fall behind, which I say sure thing. He is working on the chicken fryer, and at around 11 AM it starts to get busy. I always like to keep my fries freezer stocked up so that I don't run out. When I do need to stock up, I make sure that the fries chute is full, depending if it's busy or slow, and grab the number of boxes I need. This takes 30 seconds tops per trip. I have worked with this method for months now, and within those months I never fell behind when restocking. When I was in the middle of restocking, I smashed my finger against the chicken thawing cabinet and I didn't know if it was bleeding or not. So I finished restocking what I had and asked a fellow coworker that is buttering and toasting buns for the line if she can take fries for a bit while I checked on my finger. It wasn't bleeding. When I came back, my coworker was falling behind and I went in to help her. Then I hear my supervisor calling me, so I go to him. Why weren't you at your station? I was restocking my freezer, but I smashed my finger, so I asked my coworker to step in for a second while I checked it out. We are falling behind on orders right now. I need you to be at your station, and if you need fries, I'll get them for you. I can see that we are really busy, and I feel that it is better that I grab my own fries, since I have been doing it like this for months and haven't fallen behind. That way, we don't have to pull someone that's already at the station to grab me fries. I don't care. Just go to your station and don't leave, or else I'm going to write you up. So I go back to my station and caught up to the current orders. By the time the second rush came, I was low on fries, so I yell out to the person on the chicken fryer, Jake, that I needed 6 boxes of fries. So he goes and gets a trolley and starts grabbing the fries boxes. When he got to the walk-in freezer, the chicken fryer started to go off, and Jake comes back to the fryers and puts the chicken on the line. I get to my last bag of fries and I yell out, I'm on my last bag. I turn and see him trying to drop the chicken into the fryer, start the fryer and power walk to the freezer. But one of the fryers goes off and needs to be cleaned. He cleans it and rushes to the freezer to go get me the boxes that are already on the trolley. How do you feel if you just grab your own fries like you always do? I was thinking the same thing. You got it, Jake. So we finished the rush. I can move around to help the person next to me when her bun person left for her break. And I can now grab my own fries again when I need them. The last story is called Their Parking Spot. My commute to work got progressively longer and unpredictable over the past year due to forbid closures occurring within months or weeks of each other. No date has been given for their reopening. So for the time being, short of heading off for work an hour or two ahead of time, you risk arriving a minute to 5 minutes late once or twice a week. Everyone has been impacted by the traffic in one way or another, which I mentioned because there was no way someone could feign ignorance. One coworker though didn't care about legitimate reasons for my being slightly late for work every now and then. They complained so adamantly behind my back about it that my immediate supervisor reluctantly wrote me up. I knew it had to be that one coworker, because they would get noticeably irritated whenever traffic conditions were brought up. They would leave the room, loudly interrupt with unimportant questions or comments, or roll their eyes. They are also known for complaining about every little thing. At one point having played a big role in not having a seasonal employee rehired the following year. Despite that coworker, I love my job. So I started leaving for work an hour and a half earlier than before. My arrival time is now anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes before my shift starts. And that's when I noticed the annoying coworker always arrives about 10 minutes early and always has a very convenient street parking space available. I used to park on a different side of our building before traffic got bad, and had never noticed that they'd unofficially claimed that public parking spot as theirs. Most of the time, I'm at work early enough to get my pick of any spot in our always crowded employee parking lot. But no parking spot other than theirs makes up for me having to wake up at 5:30 in the morning. That coworker can't complain about me being late now. They know better than anyone that I'm at work way before I have to. I've mentioned my arrival time to other coworkers with them in earshot, so they know I'm parking there out of spite. I've also gone as far as parking right in the middle of a space large enough to accommodate their car and mine. I have no idea if they've complained to our supervisor about it or not, but I really want them to have been stupid enough to complain about me taking their public parking spot. And with that, we end today's video. Let me know what you think about the stories. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the stories and today's video? I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like what I do and want to support me, please subscribe and hit the like button. I hope you have a great day. Stay safe. Bye bye.